Another month, another episode. Welcome to MHM Podcast with Adu Cares. Why MHM? Because your mental health matters. Alright, kamusta po tayong lahat? I feel very excited for today's episode. Pero sino nga ba ang mag-aakala na we are in our third episode for our special podcast? Yes po, you heard it right. This is our third episode na. So if you haven't listened to our previous episodes, you might want to check it out because both are truly informative and at the same time special dahil sa mga nakasama natin as they've shared their personal stories regarding the two topics, which is of course a brave thing to do. Our first episode was the do's and don'ts when someone seeks for your help. And the second one was centered on the topic of confidence. After this, you may watch these episodes. So, ang dami kong chika, introduction pa lang, pero hindi pa ako nagpapakilala. I am Divina Visconde, the support staff of Eternal Affairs from Adu Cares. And I am your host for today's episode. And super excited na ako makipagchikahan sa mga very gorgeous and very guwapo kong kasama ngayon. Well, of course, kahit hindi nyo sila nakikita, ipapakilala muna natin sila. Ang ating mga kachikahan from Adu Cares. Let's start with Aryan. Aryan, are you okay? Are you there?
Yes, hello beautiful people. I'm Aryan Joy Balingway, but you can call me AJ, a civil engineering student from the Treasury and Audit Committee.
Wow, civil engineering. Civil engineering pa lang first guest natin for today. Now, we move on to Camille. Camille, how are you?
I'm good naman po. So, hi, hello, beautiful souls. I'm Camille K. Wagas, a first-year BS Psychology student and a support staff of Training and Mental Health Services. And also, I'm grateful and happy to be part of this podcast. And I hope our listeners will stay tuned until the end kasi alam kong maganda itong magiging chikahan natin today. So, ayan.
Gusto ko yung beautiful souls na nakawin ko yan. Parang gusto ko yan. Now we move on to Giselle. Giselle, are you there?
Yes po, hello people of the world. I am Giselle, but you can call me Giz, and galing po ako sa course na pangmalakasan, BS Accountancy. And dahil nga po BS student, BSE student po tayo, yan. I've taken it upon myself na makisawsaw na po as staff sa Treasury and Audit. So ayun po. Sana po sabayan niyo po akong tumawa throughout this podcast po and enjoy listening.
Gusto ko yung hello beautiful souls. Tapos ngayon, hello people of the world and universe rather. Charot. Now we move on to Katrina from Research and Education. Katrina, are you there?
Hello there, lovely people. I am Katrina May Laksina, but you can call me Kat, a BS Psychology student and a support staff from Research and Education Cluster. And I do hope that you are doing well today. Thank you for having me here, and I am grateful for the opportunity. I hope you'll join us until the end. That's all. Thank you.
Ang dami ko nang gagayahin. Hello, lovely people, beautiful souls, people of the world. Ikaw ba? May nanakawin ba ako sa'yo? Ruby? Ruby, are you there?
Hindi ko alam na tatawag ko sa kanya. Ano na lang? Hello mga mahal ko.
Mahal ko!
Yes.
Kinilig ako.
I am Terudas, second year psychology student, and I am under of Research and Education Department of Adu Cares. I just wanted to thank Adu Cares in advance for giving me this opportunity to talk here for our podcast episode. And I really hope that you will learn something from me that you will apply on your life. Thank you mga mahal ko.
Wow, mahal ko agad. Grabe, direct siya. Kinilig ako. Okay, Ruby, now we move on to Zed. Zed, medyo mataas ang pressure.
Wala pong maisip. Hello, everything.
Everything.
Hello, everyone. I hope you're doing great. And I am Zed Timothy C. Santos, but you can call me Zed. And I am a member in Strategic Communication from Adu Cares. And I am a first-year BS Psychology major from Santa Maria, Bulacan. Proud to be Bulacan. And I hope you enjoy and learn from this podcast episode. Thank you for having me. And sobrang excited ko po kasi ito yung first podcast ko. So I hope it makes sense.
Thank you, Zed. We are honored to be your first podcast. Siguro, we're very honored, and we are very honored to be called your everything. Okay, Zaina, are you there?
Hi mga kamosang! Nahirapan ako mag-isip ng itatawag sa inyo dahil grabe yung pressure ng mga nauna. Anyway, I'm Zaina Maristela, pero pwede niyo akong tawaging Zai. Part of training and mental health, here to talk to you about the beauty of opening up. Ang kailangan niyo lang gawin ay umupo at makinig, kami na ang bahala. Thank you!
Gusto ko yung nag-isip si Zaina, competitive siya. Ikaw, Dalen, competitive ka ba? Anong naisip mo?
Hindi po ako competitive, but I think the sweetest way to call our dear listeners is my or our tinatangi. So,
Wow,
hi everyone,
tinatangi!
how's everyone doing? Yes po, tinatangi, because everyone is unique and they need to feel special. So, how's everyone doing? Hi, I'm Dalen, and I am a creative of strategic communications. So, like Zed, this is also my first time to be a part of a podcast. So, I am excited and I really look forward to everyone's insights and to listen and discuss with my fellow Advocates officers. Thank you, everyone.
We are also excited, Dalen, to hear your insights and stories. Okay, that's it. Thank you po sa mga introductions nyo at mga competitive na mga tawag nyo sa ating mga listeners for today. Ayan, dahil nagpakilala na ang lahat ng ating kasama for today, let's go to the main topic of today's podcast. At first, when I heard about this topic, I know na hindi siya magiging madali for both the host and sa mga guests, because this episode is centered about opening up, and this itself is a difficult task to do. It requires a huge amount of strength, trust, and courage. But first, this topic needs to be talked about more, and we should take part in building an open society without any judgment. That being said, our episode for today is entitled The State of the Mind Address, the Struggle and Beauty of Opening Up. Tayong lahat ay may iba't ibang approach when it comes to opening up. Some are more confident in letting their feelings out, and they find opening up an easy thing to do, which is good. Hindi na bottle up yung kanilang emotions, thoughts, and feelings. Pero para sa iba naman, ang daming hindrance, fear of judgment, feeling nila pabigat sila, many other more doubts, and eventually kimkimin nila and all by themselves, in which most of us know it is a dangerous thing to do dahil ang slogan ng ating organization is breaking the stigma through acceptance. This is the topic that we should start talking about. At dahil dyan, I am excited to listen to the insights and stories of our guests for today. Kung ano nga ba ang kanilang mga karanasan sa pag-open up, at kung ano ang kanilang mga struggles at ang beauty nito. Let's give the floor to Aryan. Aryan, we miss your voice. I am excited to hear your story.
Yes, I have a sweet voice. Thank you po.
Claim it!
Very timely kasi nung topic natin ngayon. Kasi ako mismo yung nakakaranas nito. Not all the time naman, but most of the time. Like, it's hard for me to open up sa iba kasi I'm an introvert person and an only child. So, most of the time, I'm used to living life by myself and don't mind having to share a lot of details with a lot of people. But I'm very thankful naman sa family ko and at friends ngayon kasi they're good at listening to my rants and problems. So, little by little, hindi ko namamalayan na nag-open up na pala ako sa kanila. And keeping your emotions can have negative effects on your physical, mental, and emotional health talaga. When we entertain our problems in our hearts for too long, or in our heads for too long, we can make them seem worse than they are. And may tendency na mag-overthink tayo ng sobra. So, opening up to people can help you gain perspective and find solutions that you may not have been able to reach on your own, and can stop you from feeling isolated from the rest of the world. And aside from your emotional well-being, talking about your feelings can help you strengthen bonds and also maintain a healthy relationship with others.
Ayun. So, Aryan, do you believe na minsan meron ka na lang nakikilala, napapansin mo, nag-open up ka na pala. Kasi opening up is a process. Tama yung sinabi mo. Ariane, do you feel like that?
Yes po. Hindi mo na lang talaga namamalayan kasi nabibuild na yung trust mo sa ganung tao kahit na nakakilala mo pa lang. Kasi may intuition ka kumbaga na I can trust this person and I can share my thoughts to this person.
Tama. Ikaw, Camille, meron ka na bang na-experience mo na ba yun? Yung parang bigla-bigla na napapansin mo, nag-open up na pala ako sa kanya.
Yes po, syempre na-experience ko na po yun. Lalo na paiba-iba sa ibang lugar ako nag-aaral. Syempre, makakamit ako ng mga ibang tao. Malalaman ko din po yun na nag-open up na ako sa tao kasi alam ko yung tao if he or she was sincere po talaga and nakikinig po talaga sa'yo. Kaya, I experienced that din po. So, gusto ko lang po sanang sabihin na to those people na nag-open up, nakakapag-open up. I admire them because opening up, it takes a courage and strength po talaga. And I want to tell those people na you have a brave soul. Kung kanina, beautiful soul, ngayon pareho, you have beautiful and brave soul. And I admire them for that. Kasi actually sometimes opening up yourself to other people is one of the hardest things you can do. Well, the same goes for me. Actually, I have something na i-share po sa inyo and pag-isipan ko to if I would share this to you. And nakapag-isip po ako na i-share ko na lang po since alam din naman po ng mga friends ko. Na kasi, ever since I was in high school, siguro grade 8 hanggang ngayon, I've been far away from my parents po kasi po nag-aaral ako sa ibang school and I am living independently, so dahil bago ako sa lugar, wala po talaga ako makakausap. And I can't trust anyone po talaga kasi syempre bago ako sa lugar. So siguro yun yung parang struggle na mag-open up kahit sa parents. Kasi siguro po sa upbringing na lang din po. Upbringing parents namin kasi we're not that kind of family na close po sa isa't isa, nakakapag-share po, ganun. Kaya ayun, I have this struggle of opening up even to the closest friends I have. I can still have the courage and also the trust to share with them what I'm going through because I don't trust people and I trust no one. Even though we cannot open up to people easily, there is still a beauty in opening up. If we open up to other people po kasi, or to those people who we think will understand us, it will lessen the burden and pain we've been carrying through. And also, sometimes po kasi, we just need people who will listen to us. Kasi, kahit na hindi sila nagbibigay ng advice, we just need them na makinig sa atin, ganun. Also, to those people who have hard time opening up, I just want you to know that there are many ways to open up if you really don't trust a person or a person. Right? I just want to suggest na writing a journal, yung sinusulat mo yung nararamdaman mo, yung mga burdens mo, nakakatulong yun para ma-lessen pain sa heart mo. And I just want to say also na being emotionally open doesn't mean you're weak. It simply means you are strong because not everyone can do it. And I just want to say na trust yourself and trust the process. So, yun po.
Thank you for trusting us, Camille. Kasi as you've shared, you had a hard time. And maraming salamat kasi you joined us today in today's podcast. Tama, no? I like what Camille said na dun sa diary. Kasi I did that too before. And it really helps opening up to yourself. Kumbaga, parang ilalabas mo yung nasa isip mo. It's a great medium to lessen the mabigat na feeling sa chest, sa heart. Thank you, Camille, for your very heartfelt and sincere sharing. Now, Giselle, ikaw ba? Nakapag-diary ka na ba in your life? Yes?
Hello po. Yes po.
Yeah.
So, not necessarily diary, but I am writing poems and prose po. Yan, mga prosa, ganyan.
Wow, creative naman ni Jess. Hindi ko yan
Yes,
kaya. Ang galing mo.
Hindi ko rin po alam, pero kapag bottled up na po kasi yung feelings mo, bigla-bigla ka na lang po nakakapag-create ng isang piece. Ganon po sa akin. Minsan, parang yung sadness, doon ko po dinadaan yung sadness and such feelings na mabigat na po sa akin. So, ayun. Minsan kapag nababasa din po ng mga friends ko yun, na-amaze din po sila na saan ko daw po hinuhugot yung mga ganitong bagay. But it's just, sadness and such. That's too heavy to carry. Yeah. So,
I admire you. I admire people who can write based on what they feel at the moment. It's a great, parang pag may inspiration yung poem, parang mas damang-dama, no? Parang you can feel what the author was writing at that moment, and it helps nagre-reflect pag binasa mo as a reader. So I admire you, Jess. So share ka naman ng experience mo about opening up.
Yeah, sige po. So actually, I find it hard to open up to others po. Lalo na po sa friends ko, sa mga close friends ko. Kasi for me, what I am going through is something that's trivial compared sa pinagdadaanan po nila. Ayun. So, yep. I'm invalidating my own feelings, and that's one of the most biggest lump in my throat. English po yun. So, ayun. Going back, I tried opening up to my closest friends, and nakakagaan po siya ng loob sa totoo lang. And alam niyo po yung feeling na dahil nga po madami na silang napagdaanan or pinagdadaanan, kuhanan nila yung tiyempo or alam na nila yung sasabihin sa'yo para mas mapagaan pa yung loob mo. Ganon. So, during those moments, di po ako naiyak. Ayan, medyo may sira po kasi yung tear glands ko eh. Kaya madalas di po nagana. Pero, ayun, pero po, kahit hindi po ako naiyak nung mga moment na yun, hindi kami nag-iiyakan during those moments. Kahit magkakatabi lang kaming nagchichikahan man or hindi, ramdam ko po na nandun sila para sa akin. Na back up ko sila. Back up namin yung isa't isa. Back up tuwing may nag-aaya ng away. Ayun. So, ayun. Back up po namin ng isa't isa na kapag meron na nagpa-falter or meron nang nado-down, kahit sino man sa amin, ayun, naaangat namin ng isa't isa. Nakakapag-share kami. That's what I'm most proud of sa friendship namin. And furthermore.
Wow, furthermore.
Ayun po. I am so grateful na yung mga kaibigan ko, mapapagkatiwalaan ko sila. Di man po sila ganon karami. I'm not into yung, what you call this, quantity. I'm more of the quality person po. So, most of my friends, kung makikilala niyo po sila yung tipo ng tao na kahit unang mo makilala, kaya mong mag-share ng kahit na anong sikreto. Ganon po silang klase ng tao. And sila din yung tipo ng tao na kahit saglit lang kayong nagkausap, you will feel at home. Mararamdaman mong nakikipag-usap sila ear to ear, eye to eye, heart to heart. Ganon. So, ayun po. Pero, syempre po, despite the closeness, ayan, kahit magkakalapit po kami, meron pong moments na gusto ko lang talagang sarilinin yung sadness. Kasi nga po, yun nga yung mga feeling na wala lang, trivial, so super babaw ng reason ko para lang i-share sa kanila. Ayun, I'm invalidating nga po eh. So, ayun. Doon ko po dinadaan sa pagsusulat ng prose or ng poems, ganyan. Kung bet nyo po, pwede kong i-share. I'm promoting myself.
Go lang! Share natin sa AdoCares page.
Ayun. So, ayun po. I'm creating poems and prose. Yes. Char. So, sometimes I find comfort in that po. So, kinakalir ko po yun minsan. So, minsan, kapag nga po napabasa ng mga friends ko or pinapabasa ko po sa mga taong komportable ako, parang critic, ganyan, para mas papaganda pa po. Nararamdaman po nila, sinasabi po nila, nararamdaman talaga nila yung feelings in that. Kahit, minsan nga po nila na napapansin na may mga typo eh. Ako na lang din po yung nakakapansin. Kasi, yun nga, mas, mas kuha nila yung feelings. Medyo, ayun. Nakukuha nga po nila yung parang mabigat na feeling na nandun sa work na yun. So, ayun po. Pero iba pa rin po talaga kapag, kapag may kausap kayo na harapan, mas ramdam nyo po na, may kasama ako during these moments, may nakakaintindi sa akin and such. Ayun po. So, actually po, in life, parang, once na nakapag-share ka na po, once na nagkaroon ka na ng courage na sabihin lahat ng hinaing mo sa buhay, ganyan, you will find it easy to share anything that troubles you. And mafe-feel mo na, may mga kaibigan nga pala ako na pwede kong malapitan, na pwede kong pagkwentuhan. Ganyan. So, opening up your heart to others also means that they are opening up to you as well. So, it is a two-way conversation that both of you could learn in. So, that's my takeaway for you, listeners. Char. Yun po.
Ayun, thank you, Jess. So, my heart is so happy while I was listening to you because for me, parang ang dating sa akin, you found your people. Tama ba? You found the people.
Yes po. I
feel most... Yes. It's a journey then to find the people you feel most comfortable. Kasi you'll meet many people in your life and not everyone would click with you, and I'm glad na Jess, you found yours. So, I want to hear from Katrina. Kat, are you there?
Hello po. Yes
Are you
po.
ready?
Ready na po.
Ready na. Sige, I want to hear Kat's insights for today.
So, ayun nga po, when I heard the topic, the struggle and beauty of opening up, parang lahat mga instant flashback. Paano ba? Ako siguro before, the struggle is real when it comes to opening up kasi there are times na feeling ko lahat ng tao busy sa kanya-kanya nating mga buhay. Nahihiya man ako minsan mag-open up kasi alam niyo yun, baka makadagdag pa ako sa iniisip ng mga tao around me, or baka nakakain ko yung time nila na dapat na i-pour out na lang nila sa mas importanteng mga bagay. Minsan din kasi feeling ko nakikita ako ng mga tao as strong, independent woman. Oh, di ba? Sino ka dyan, te? Feeling ko kasi dati, anong tawag dito? When I open up, parang nakakabawas siya ng angas. Or, it's like parang opening up is a sign of weakness. Isa pa, ang hirap magtiwala, ano po? Meron ding point na natatakot akong mag-open up kasi takot ako sa sarili kong multo. Takot ako na ma-expose sa ibang tao yung concerns ko about sa sarili ko, pati sa mga bagay na bumabagabag sa utak ko. In short, parang takot akong ma-judge dahil parang ang lakas maka-vulnerable, ganun. Tas, but after all, dahiya sa pag-open up, na-realize ko na hindi pala siya nakakahiya at all. Nung na-overcome ko na yung fear na mag-open up sa ibang tao, dun ko nang pagtanto na there will be people in our lives who will make time and room for us and for our concerns. Literal na beauty mga te. Kasi nakakaganda siya hindi lang physically dahil nakakabawas siya ng haggardness. But nakakaganda siya lalo na in terms of emotional and sa mood, na kahit gaano man kaganda or gaano man kapangit yung ichichika mo sa kanila, interesado pala sila sa'yo and concerned pala sila sa mga nangyayari sa buhay mo. In addition, magiging very healthy siya in a way that yung thoughts and emotion na gumagambala sa akin or sa'yo, hindi siya naiimbak. In fact, yung tingin natin sa situation or matters na gusto nating i-open up, mas lalo siyang lumalawak. Kumbaga, mas lalo tayong nabibigyan ng options in what to do or how to cope up. And may bonus, yung closeness and yung bond natin sa mga taong pinag-open upan natin, mas lalo siyang tumitibay. So, to all the ladies and gentlemen and everyone in between who's having a hard time to open up. Okay lang na matakot. Okay lang din na mahiya. They're all part of our struggles, and I understand that the struggle is real. Lahat tayo may tendency na ma-feel yan, and your feelings are definitely valid. No pressure. If feeling mo hindi pa talaga kaya to open up to other people, then it's fine, that's fine. Take it one step at a time. But always remember that in every problem, someone is always there who can hear and see our silent battles, and it is the Lord. You can talk to the Lord anytime, anywhere. And also, believe me when I say that in vulnerability, there comes the strength. Because being vulnerable makes you you, it makes you yourself, and that makes you a human. You don't have to go through everything alone. I am here, we are here. I care for you, we care for you, and Adu cares for you. Yun po.
I love the ending, man, Kat. Ado cares for you, we care for you, I care for you, everyone cares for you. I love it. Thank you, Kat. Nakakataba ng puso kapag alam mong na meron, pag in times na parang ang gulo-gulo ng buhay, merong naghihintay sa'yo na nandyan lang siya, hinihintay ka lang niya na na sabihin yung struggles mo and yung hinanakit mo sa ngayon sa buhay. And I think nakakataba ng puso na may secured, there's a person na securing you in times na you feel very vulnerable. I think that's a blessing. Do you think that's a blessing, Ruby? Na merong somewhere out there na, ay, nandyan pala siya, nalala mo nandyan siya. You're very grateful. Do you believe, do you think do you have someone like that, Ruby?
Yes, oo, grabe. Parang nakakataba nga talaga ng puso pag yung gano'n na parang, someone na laging nandyan, gano'n. Parang kahit hindi nila sabihin naman, parang pinaparamdam nila sa'yo. Kahit di nila directly sabihin, parang ipapafeel nila sa'yo. So, samahan ka lang nila, gano'n. Marami akong friends, gano'n.
Silent lang, no? Parang nandyan lang. Parang hindi na nila kailangan magsalita, nandyan lang.
Di ba? Parang yung presence nila, parang, nakakatunaw na ng puso, gano'n.
Totoo.
So, yun. Kaya, ayun. Parang itong podcast talaga na to, kaya parang para sa akin talaga to eh. Kasi, it's about opening up, and I myself really struggle about it, and my friends know it din yun. So, yun, ma-share ko lang, no, na my own struggle in opening up is that I am afraid that I will be an excess baggage for the people I love. Napansin ko lang na nung medyo nag-edad na ako, and I can see the people that I love around me have a lots of problem also that they needed to deal with. Kaya natatakot ako na mag-open up to the point na kinikimkim ko na lang siya sa sarili ko. So yun, naalala ko lang nung one time during my mga grade 8 days siguro yun. Tinanong ako ng mga friends ko na, ikaw Ruby, anong problema mo? Share mo naman. And nag-isip ako noon, tapos sinabi ko sa kanila na, ang problema ko, wala akong problema na naiisip. Gumanon ako sa kanila. Tapos, natawa sila sa akin. And right now, I'm still friends with them. Tapos, sinasabi ko sa kanila na, sana ganun na lang ulit ako, na parang, wala akong problema, ganun. Pero wala akong magawa. Kasi, parang, wala eh. Ganun talaga, na parang, kasabay ng paglipas ng panahon, parang natatangay na yung old self natin na, na-realize natin na hindi na natin kayang ibalik yun. So, na-realized ko na with my struggle of opening up, there's still a beauty in it. And what could it be? And nabanggit ko na nga na, I am afraid to be an excess baggage to someone. But then the beauty in there is that I can become stronger, that I became stronger, and even believe in myself that I can. So, we can also manage to organize our own thoughts para whenever we will be ready to open up on someone, masasabi natin ng tama and sa kung anong maiintindihan ng taong pagsasabihan natin. So, for those people who are struggling to open up, believe it or not, I am one of you who are still afraid. But then, we will become much more overwhelmed kasi in life if we keep on thinking that our thoughts are unnecessary to be heard and understood by someone. Kaya I agree also with Camille kanina na she mentioned the thing about diary or journaling. Kasi nabubuhos mo dun nasasabi mo lahat without being afraid of being judged, ganun. Kasi wala namang nagre-respond sa'yo sa journaling, ganun. So, ikaw lang nakakakita, ganun. So yun, moving on, I hope that you will think that one of the factors that you need in order to love yourself is sharing and venting out what you feel. Kasi it is a form of self-care na nasasabi mo at tinatanggap mo na ayun ang emosyon na nararamdaman mo. Kahit minsan talagang parang it's a hard swallow pill for us na parang di tanggap ng ego natin na ganun ang nafe-feel natin, na natatakot tayong we will be judged and not accepted. Kaya ayun, ako pag alam ko na sobrang puno na ako sa lahat, I just write it down or type it down nga sa kahit sa phone ko lang ganun. And after that, may parang natatanggal na tinik sa'yo kasi ikaw sa sarili mo, nababalidate mo na siya, and na-organize mo na yung thought mo. So, I hope that you, mga mahal ko, I hope that you will find courage to share what you feel or like, write it down lang, like Giselle na may pa-prose or poem kasi maniwala kayo na talagang nakakabawa siya ng bigat sa puso. Yun na. Thank you.
Maraming salamat, Ruby. Kasi you've shared na minsan natatakot ka din. And now you're in a podcast talking about opening up and that you're a brave soul. Just like Camille, just like everyone else here today. Talking about opening up. It's not a very easy task, you know. And opening up to yourself first. Yun ang yun yung highlight. That's the word. Highlight. Para kasing opening up to yourself, kahit nga i-type mo nga lang sa cellphone mo, ay nagawa ko na yan. Naka-password pa, ganun ka-afraid. Tama ba, Ruby?
True yan.
Naka-password. Trust issues yan.
Takot ka, parang kahit ikaw sa sarili mo, natatakot kang tanggapin yung bagay.
Pero nakakatulong nga siya. Nagawa ko na yan dati. In the past, it really helped na, kasi iba yung iniisip mo, iba din yung nailabas mo na. Kahit by word, kahit by phone, katulad ni Jess, kahit yung isunulat mo nga lang sa phone, ay tinype mo lang sa cellphone, sa notes, nakakatulong siya. So, thank you, Ruby, for that. Kasi, nung shinare mo yun, parang nag-validate din yung ginagawa ko. Sabi ko, ginagawa din pala ng ibang tao. Ikaw ba, Zed? Thank you, Ruby. Ikaw, Zed, nagawa mo na ba yun? Nakapag-diary ka na ba on your own?
Actually po, I actually did po. Actually, may system po ako dyan eh. Ginagawa ko po, I write my thoughts in the morning and then write my thoughts in the day and then gagawa po ako ng summary ko in the night bago po matulog para ma-organize ko yung mga naisip ko noon, kung ano po yung mga naging struggle ko kasi hindi rin po ako ganun kagaling mag-share sa about my emotions po. Yan po.
Yan, gusto ko yan i-try. Ita-try ko yan, Zed. Try nating lahat, everyone. Okay, Zed, gusto ko naman marinig yung story mo and insight. You may take the floor.
Okay, personally, katulad ng sabi ko, I'm not really good at opening up about myself. So, yun nga, kaya I'm still working on it po. And part na rin kasi dun na introverted din ako. Katulad po nung kapwa nagsalita po sa podcast. And hindi rin po kami ganun ka-open sa bahay. Pero one of the greatest obstacles po as a guy of opening up is accepting vulnerability po. Because, when I was growing up, I was surrounded and influenced by the stigma of the ideas of masculinity. Kasi kung titignan natin yung mga different archetypical characters of masculinity like James Bond, Bruce Wayne, Thomas Shelby from Peaky Blinders, where they have given an ideal masculine male who is stoic and who would rather keep their emotions to themselves because it will make them look fragile or weak. Through different medias and influence, it makes me feel, that I should always keep myself on guard because I don't want to look weak. I don't want to look fragile. So I try to guard myself and my emotion to maintain this masculine qualities, and of course, the stigma says that a man is strong and self-reliant and So opening up about my issues, emotions, and problem is already not an option if I were to follow this faithfully, these ideas. And I believe because of this misguided take on masculinity is the reason why men suffer more mental illness, and why majority of males are why majority of people who are suicidal are males And that is why I want to tell to my parichong bros dyan na part of the ideas of true masculinity is about being courageous to accept vulnerability and to open up about your feelings, because in the end of the day we men are also capable of feeling, because and I believe this just doesn't apply to males but to everyone, that it is suffocating to just keep your emotions to yourselves. And there will always be a tipping point if we keep bottling up this emotion, and we don't find the channel or a medium to release these thoughts and these emotions. And that's why I think there's one thing that we should always remember, and that opening up doesn't mean that you are weak and fragile, because opening up about your issues just show that you're a person who is brave enough to admit that you are just like anybody else who has issues, personal struggles. And I believe that opening up about these issues help us develop to be a better person and to improve, and magkaroon din tayo ng better understanding not only about our issues but to ourselves as a whole. So I believe that opening up is not only a second priority but it is a primary need, because it is integral in our development as a person. Yun po.
Ayun. Very strong and statement from Ms. Z, no? Pero tama, masculinity has no gender. Everyone, tama ba, Z? Masculinity has no gender.
Yes po, yes.
Lahat tayo nalulungkot, lahat tayo sumasaya, lahat tayo nagagalit, lahat tayo nawawalan ng guidance. So, it doesn't have a gender. It doesn't necessarily align with your gender or your birth sex, ganon. So, salamat, Zed, for opening up that topic, that perspective. How about you, Zaina?
So, alam niya, napansin ko, yung mga naunang part, sila yung mga hindi sanay mag-open up. So, parang ako yung the other side of the story. Ako, very talkative ako. I open up each and every moment of my life to everyone around me, lalo na sa friends. Sa family, medyo. Pero kasi takot ako They were strict, so I was cautious of what to say to them. Pero later on naman, I learned how to open up to them. So, ayun nga, I love talking, I love sharing stories and thoughts. So, opening up, hindi yun ganun kahirap sa akin Parang, ko na siya, hobby ko na siya, na ikwento kung ano man yung nararamdaman ko, kung paano nangyari yung araw ko. So, that's how it went for me. However, nung naging 14 ako, 15, high school. Alam naman natin gano'ng ka-chaotic ang high school. So, alam mo yung mga rumors, gano'n, yung pag-open mo, it can be turned into something. So, I became a little less talkative. Through the hard way, natutunan ko na not to open up everything, na kailangan magtago ka pa rin ng kahit konti sa sarili mo. So, there was this phase na I bottled it all up. Hindi talaga ako nag-open kahit kanino, kahit sa friends ko, na to the point na nibago na sila. Ba't hindi ka na madaldal? Ba't hindi ka na nag-open? Anong problema mo? Ganon. Pero, sinarte naman, around 17 to 18, I found new friends and I am very, very comfortable with them. They were nice, supportive. Talaga, every time I open up, andyan sila, nakasalalay, ready makinig. Kahit minsan, paulit-ulit na yung sentiment ko, ready lang, kinig lang sila. To the point na ginoke na nila na, alam mo, i-print mo na lang yung advice namin, tapos basahin mo siya over and over again. Kasi nga, paulit-ulit na Pero, alam kong joke lang nila yon. Alam kong sinusuportahan nila ako kahit paulit-ulit na. So, because of that, through opening up, doon ko na feel na, hala, hindi pala ako nag-iisa. Like, hindi man tayo iisa ng pinagdadaanan, pero andyan lang sila. As if we're traveling the same path. Alam mo, kahit paano, I hope I made them feel na their secrets, thoughts, and emotions are safe with me, the way my secrets are safe with them. Pero for me in my own opinion, yung pag-open up, hindi siya kailangan laging vocal Hindi mo kailangan sabihin. Minsan, it can be through memes na pag nag-share yung friend ko ng ganyan, mapapansin ko na ano to, broken-hearted. To, may problema sa grades, sa family, ganon. One simple post can tell you a lot. Minsan, pwede ring kumain lang kayo sa labas, umupo lang kayo in silence. Alam mo agad na they're going through something again. Ang kailangan mo lang talagang gawin is to find the right people.
Thank you, Zaina. Thank you for sharing your journey kasi it's an up and down journey. And I'm glad you found your people again. Ngayon, pag-usapan naman natin, Dalen, nandyan ka ba?
Yes po, I am here.
Okay, it's time for you to share your insights kung we would be honored to hear from you.
Thank you po. So, while I was listening to everyone's insights, I feel touched, I feel connected with them. It's like, habang nakikinig po ako dun sa mga unang nagsalita, I felt their sincerity. And in a way, they are also technically opening up kanina po sa atin. So, it's really a beautiful thing to do, no? But I would also like to share mine this time. And I would like to say that my relationship with opening up is that I'm willing to be a safe space for other people. Willing po ako makinig kahit kanino, kahit hindi pa tayo close, kahit kakakilala lang natin ngayon, or kahit 3 years na tayong hindi nag-uusap. I'm willing to listen to you as soon or as possible, or as soon as you need someone to talk to. But the thing is, it's so hard for me to open up to others. Opening up is scary, yes, but that is not the only reason why I struggle to open up. I struggle to open up po kasi I have a feeling that people only hear but they are not really able to listen to you. They are not really able to connect with what you're opening up to them. Kaya, me personally, I feel like I'm a good listener. As a Pisces, I am sinihit pa yung astrology, no? So, as a Pisces, I feel like I am a very empathetic person. I connect with people, I feel their emotions, and I try to be in their shoes as much as I can. But just like with everyone, we have different ways of pouring out our emotions. Like Giselle, she writes literary works. Some of us, like Camille, Zeth, and even Ate Divina, we used to journal, or we would type in our notes app about our emotions. Me, growing up, my way to open up is to open up to myself. At such a young age, at the age of I think 8 or 9, I've been talking to myself, like literally talking to myself. I would be in my room all alone and I would be opening up instead of just bottling it up in my mind. Instead of just thinking about my thoughts, I say them out loud. And my parents actually thought that I was talking to someone that's not really there. But the thing is, I was just really opening up to myself because I know that not everyone, or there's no one who will be able to listen to me the way that I listen to others. And dahil po doon, ang nangyayari is, I know so much about other people, pero kung tatanungin mo sila, kilala mo ba si Dalen? Or like, do you know this aspect about Dalen? They will not be able to say anything kasi I barely open up to anyone. And ayun po, like, let's say yung mga memes na gusto mong itag yung friends mo, I barely get tagged sa ganun kasi I barely open up. For those who struggle with opening up, katulad ko, growing up, I would like to tell you that it is not something that you should not force yourself to do. If you're not ready, it's okay. But I would also like to tell you that thinking too much is not good for our minds. So if you are not ready to open up to an actual person, you could open up to yourself, just like what everyone else has been saying their ways of opening up to themselves. Pero kasi, it is a beautiful thing pa rin to be able to open up soul to soul with another person. Opening up is like a work of art because we are able to touch each other's vulnerabilities, to meet each other, not only eye to eye, but spiritually. The first step of opening up is admitting to ourselves that we feel that way. Hindi po natin magagawang mag-open up if we are not accepting na, I really feel this way. Huwag po nating i-disregard ang ating feelings. We should all learn to accept that we feel that way. And in that way, it will be easier for us to be able to tell other people that we are struggling or that we feel this certain type of emotion. Mga ating mga literary works na nasusulat or kahit yung simple journal entries lang, when we go back to those, we feel cringy or sometimes embarrassed kasi, ay, ganito pala dati yung nararamdaman ko. Pero we should also look at it in a light wherein, I used to feel this way, but now I am feeling better. I am in a much better place. And in that way, we would see that we are actually progressing upwards in our life. My message to those who struggle is that you should start with yourself before you open up to others. That's it po. Thank you.
Thank you, Dalen. So it's really different kapag nakikinig ka. Iba din kapag ikaw na yung magsasalita. It's a different aspect, no? Magkaibang-magkaiba siya. Gusto ko din masabihin sa'yo, Dalen, na nagawa ko din yun. Nakausap ko na din yung sarili ko. It's kapag intense yung emotion mo, it helps, no? Yung hindi lang sa isip, nilalabas mo, parang kinakausap mo na yung pag nasa room ka, when you feel very secured in your own room. It's nice to talk to yourself kasi it's an essential step siya on opening up to yourself first. Thank you, Dalen. It's really very validating for me yung na-share mo. It's relatable. Talaga namang nakaka-touch ang sinabi ng bawat isa, and I myself am so proud of these people around me because even if they deal with their own struggles in opening up, they still chose to see the beauty of it by being part of this episode, sharing their experiences, opening up in spite of the difficulty to do so. Kaya to these brave souls, really brave souls, thank you po sa sharing nyo. To these brave souls na kasama ko ngayon, I am honored to be with you and I am proud of you all. Bago pa magtapos ang episode na to, let us hear the final messages of our guests for today, starting with Ariane. Are you there?
Yes.
Let's start with you. Let's hear your final message.
Grabe po yung mga narinig ko rin from the other guests. And naano rin po ako dun sa sinabi ni Liz kanina na she choose quality over quantity sa friendship. So, naalala ko yung Bible verse sa Proverbs 12 verse 26. Sabi niya, the righteous choose their friends carefully, but the way of wicked leads them astray. Once you will find the right and accountable person talaga to share your feelings or emotions with, it will all be easy and comfortable at the same time. Parang nagiging madaldal ka talaga sa tamang tao. Wow. If you feel weak naman and afraid to open up, I just want to share these quotes. Sobrang short niya, from a Marvel series on the Falcon and the Winter Soldier by Dr. Christina Raynor. Sabi niya, one day, you're going to open up and understand that some people do want to help you and that they can be trusted. Ayun.
Thank you, Ariane. Thank you for the quote. I'm sure our listeners will appreciate it very, very much. Now, Camille, na-miss na namin ang boses mo.
So, ayun po. Yung final message ko is, gusto ko sabihin ulit yung being emotionally open doesn't mean you're weak. It just simply means you are strong because not everyone can do it. And I hope this podcast and the context we've been talking about can help you. Also, I just want to remind you all that you are loved, your feelings are valid, your thoughts are valid, and you're amazing, and you're doing great. Please know that you are worth it, you are strong, and always take care of yourself.
Thank you, Camille. So very sincere talaga. Now let's hear for Jis. Ready ka na ba mag-final message, final words?
Yes po, ready. So, ayun po. Nakaka-relate nga po ako dun sa iba po nating guests. So, the way they share their thoughts and insights. Kung gusto niyo po, chikahan tayo. Invite niyo lang ako sa chikahan session. So, ayun. Gasgas man po ay muli ko pa rin sasabihin, di mo po kailangan ng maraming kaibigan. Kahit nga isang friend lang yan, carry na yan. Basta alam mo pong sagot nyo ang isa't isa. And di na magiging boring yung buhay nyo nan kung kahit isa lang may kasama kayo. And because sometimes, it's about who you are with that makes the journey fun. Kahit na paulit-ulit na kayo ng ginagalaan. So, ayun lang po.
Maraming salamat, Jess. Yes, that's true. One is enough. Okay na yon to feel that at least one person. And it's a blessing to feel that you're secured with one person. Ikaw naman, Kat, anong pag-goodbye mo sa amin for today?
So, ayun nga po. To everyone who stay tuned until the end of this podcast, I just wanted to say thank you. My heart, or our hearts rather, are forever grateful. Sana po meron kayong natutunan mula sa amin. And before this episode ends, I just wanted to share with you one Facebook post I saw last week. Sabi dun sa isang note from Wattpad writer. Sabi niya, I know that seeking help can be difficult because we don't want to be a burden to others, but a bag handled by two people is a lot easier to carry. So treat yourself kindly as you treat others. I wanted to remind you that opening up is a process, and it takes a lot of time. Take it at your own time, at your own pace. You are loved, you are valued, and you are indeed amazing. That's all. Thank you po.
Maraming salamat, Kat. You are it's nice. It's nice to hear from you. You are gusto ko i-add, you are valid, no? Now, we can hear from Ruby. Ruby, mahal ko. Nandyan ka ba?
Ayan. Hello mga mahal ko. Charot. So, ayan. Always remember that what you feel is valid and do not be afraid to open up. Basta you need to choose the right person nga that you will be sharing your problems with. So, minsan kasi yun din yung factor kung bakit takot tayo na mag-open up. Natatakot tayo na baka lokohin tayo or use that against us. Ganun. So, anyways, know that you are valid and deserve to be heard. You are not an excess baggage to anyone, so do not be afraid and vent out what you feel. So ayun, being vulnerable does not necessarily mean that you are weak. Remember that you are brave and courageous to share what you really feel. You are valid, loved, and accepted. Okay? Okay. So again, thank you so much, and I really do hope that you learn from me.
Thank you, mga mahal ko. Okay. Salamat, Ruby. You are valid. You are enough. You are worth it. How about you, Zed? What's your final words for today's episode?
I just want to say na I'm so happy and grateful to be added to the podcast. And marami po talaga ako natutunan in the form na insight po. And ang final message ko lang po siguro is opening up about yourself is not for the weak. But it's an act that shows that you care about your mental health. And it means that you're courageous enough to go through the process of admitting vulnerability, to transcend and develop and to be a better person and to develop a better understanding of yourself. Ayun lang po. Thank you.
Maraming salamat, Zed. Gusto ko isabihin ulit na thank you for the perspective that you shared with us today. Now we move on to Zaina. Zaina, are you there? Ikaw ulit.
Hi! Nandito pa din,
Nandyan pa
matibay.
din, matibay na matibay.
So my last part is about consent. Despite the joy of opening up, lagi mong paalalahanan yung sarili mo na not everyone is always open. Maaring yung gusto mong pag-openan, may pinagdadaanan din. They might not be in the zone or in the mood to listen. They might be going through some things too. So, ang importante is, kailangan mo magtanong muna. Kailangan ka ding tanungin muna bago ka tumanggap ng emosyon ng ibang tao. Kasi maaaring mabigat yung ibibigay mo at maaaring mabigat din yung i-open nila. So yun lang, opening up is a beautiful experience, but let's do it with caution. Thank you!
A great reminder, Zaina, that lahat, iba-iba tayo ng problema, iba-iba ng level, pero iba-iba din tayo ng pagtanggap ng emosyon. So, check with the person you're about to talk to first. That's an important reminder, no? To check with each other. Bago ang lahat, check with each other. Maraming salamat, Zaina. Now we move on to Dalen. Dalen, your final words.
Hello po. It's nice that Ate Zaina mentioned the emotional availability ng taong gusto nating pag-openan, because we should also consider na they are also going through things just like us. They're also going through silent battles, and we should be considerate. With that, before my final message, I would like to give a shout out to those who are willing to listen and to reach out to the people who are struggling. You guys are the real MVPs, and I want you all to know that you are seen in your efforts to listen to other people is validating, and it is appreciated. My final message would be is that the struggle and beauty, indeed, opening up is both a struggle, yet it is a beautiful thing. We should also remember that opening up is something that is vital to being a human, or being human, and it is something that would validate our feelings and would make us into a better person once that we realize that other people are also going through the same thing. Thank you.
Feeling emotion is being human. Accept it, acknowledge it, and I hope that one day you find the right people to share it with. Maraming salamat, Dalen. It's true, shout out sa mga taong nakikinig, ready makinig, ready to listen, giving your time and your full attention to another person. You really are the true MVP. And I would like to thank everyone here for opening up. I would like to thank everyone here na nag-share ng journey nyo, kasi it's some of it very personal, some of it hits close to home, and to trust us, to trust this space, to share your journey, to share your experiences, to share your story. Maraming salamat po. It's a difficult thing to do. We've said that throughout the entire episode, so we would like to thank you sincerely. We are very grateful for that, for your sharing. So that wraps up for our episode for today. Thank you to those who have listened up until this part, and for lending your ears and time sa amin. So, AduCares is an organization that aims to break the stigma through acceptance, especially about stigma of opening up. We provide a space for everyone kung saan lahat ay welcome. Bawat isa ay mahalaga, and your thoughts and your experiences, your feelings, everything that you want to open up is valid. So we made this episode to encourage those who can and those who are ready to open up one step at a time. Again, this is not easy, but you'll never know the beauty of opening up if you don't try it yourself. Minsan, we tend to be stuck sa concept of the struggles of opening up without really knowing the beauty behind it. May mga risk, mga takot at trauma yung iba for this, but there is really certainly someone out there, some people who will listen to you, who will accept you no matter what, without judgments. Again, this is for the people who are ready. You don't have to force yourself to open up agad-agad. Just go through the pace na you're most comfortable with, and with the tiniest move to step out to remove the walls that you've built around you is something to be proud of. That's it for today's episode. Once again, I am your host, Divina Visconde, and this is MHM Podcast. Why MHM? Because your mental health matters. Paalam at maraming salamat po. Goodbye!
Thank you po. Bye-bye.